Here's Goff. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Out of the gun. Goff. And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get Scouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 14. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Throwing again here. Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. 14. To throw again is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Play action. Now Wilson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. They had it first and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
This one taken just inside the 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Goff. Open man right side is cut complete. And now running right through it. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. And Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Samson Ebukam. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken right around the 44. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. And with a play clock about to expire, Mike McCarthy's going to take a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On first down, gone. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught at the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Now gone. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Super 66.
He's going to get it running right. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. Single receiver. Hey, Jordan Island over there. Single receiver. Stu. Starting left here.
Now Goff on third and goal. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. So on fourth down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. This will be, 38 yards out. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build on. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Rams have got it back. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Goff. Oh, a good move at the 5. His throw caught at about the 5. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Jaron Reed in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. It's caught. Beckham. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20, 10. And he takes it all away, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Goff on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Yes, sir. Yes, Tiger. Check 15. Starting left here. Al, look up.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The final shot before break here. Goff. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. And he floats one there, incomplete. So we come upon halftime here. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And some room to maneuver. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe he starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he's at Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson will throw again. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And Ndamukong Suh, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Starting left here. 17. 17. 17. Super. Orange.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Barkevious Mingo in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off on a Pro Bowl safety, Cam Chancellor. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Trying to get it to Woods. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
14. Let's go, 14.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
Run left. Well. Gun. 14.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Then Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, You have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Gone. Flushed out right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He got 29 yards that time. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the handoff, Lynch. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Now it's gone. Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Petty. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Tempo. Go, 14. Gotta go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away, and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Barkevious Mingo in that time on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Go, Sinai! 20. Hard ball.
Out of the gun. Gone. And got a man. It's Woods. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the give, this is Lynch. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll run again with Lynch. And forget about trying to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Louis. Tonight. 17.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
You ready for one word? Go, 14. Hey. Gun. 19. Tempo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Penny, a 1st down carry. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Let's go to work. 14, got it. Found it.
Now Wilson on second down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. From the gun, here's Goff. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So that one will be accepted. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 39 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. He's back to throw. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Back to throw. It's caught. Lockett. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Penny. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Orange, 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 orange. 11. 11. Two. Hard ball. Two.
Now gone. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. Well, we were on hand for a fun